So I forgot to talk about this in the video, but I also have this Sasuke's story novel. And I got this novel, so yeah, I forgot to talk about this in the video. So I figure I might as well include this since I'm talking about my Boruto collection. And you can see you got Sarda on the back. I really like the cover art. I really like the art for this in general. It looks really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have a nice time reading that. And since I'm talking about Boruto, I might as well talk about some of the Naruto stuff I got. This is one of the few Naruto DVD sets, or should I say Naruto Shippuden DVD sets I got. I think this is one of the only ones I got for Naruto Shippuden. I also have the last Naruto the movie. And then I have these Naruto Uncut DVD sets. I have two of them. I think this is mainly the tuning exam stuff, so that's cool. And I also have the Boruto Naruto the movie, but I don't have that. I don't have the actual physical copy of that. I just have that downloaded digitally. But yeah, that's all for this stuff that I forgot to talk about. Now let's get on with the rest of the video. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I'll be showing you guys my Boruto Naruto Next Generations collection. I have all of the Boruto Naruto Next Generations manga volumes that have been released in the United States so far, and I have basically all of the episodes of the anime that's been released in the United States so far. And I have one anime Blu-ray pre-order, which is going to be coming in February, which is the Jugo arc. So I'll be getting that in February. But yeah, so as you can see, I got all of the manga volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are all the ones that's been released in the United States so far. And it's just great to have all of these because I can go back and read old chapters and stuff whenever I want to. And I don't have to pay for any online services or whatever. So yeah, it's real cool having all of these. As far as like the covers and stuff, the volume covers, I like all of them. And I think they're all great. But the two that I don't like as much as the other ones is Volume 5. Wait, I'm pointing at the wrong one. Volume 5. I don't like that one as much as the other ones. And Volume 9. Now, even though Volume 9 has Boruto and Kawaki on there, and they look really cool, I just don't like the fact that they changed the colors of Boruto's outfit in Volume 5 and in Volume 9. I really rather them have the colors that they're supposed to be wearing instead of different colors that they actually aren't supposed to be wearing. So yeah, that's my only nitpick with those. But well, it's not necessarily a nitpick. It's just a personal preference. I'd rather Boruto wear the colors of his outfit that he's supposed to be wearing rather than these different colors. So yeah, so that's cool. Also, an interesting thing to note, as you can see with these manga volumes, I believe volume 3. Yeah, volume 3 is still the Momoshiki arc. Yeah, that's basically towards the end of the Momoshiki arc, volume 3. Actually, I think it's the yeah. So, volumes 1 through 3 is the Chunin exams / Momoshiki arc. Volumes 1 through 3 for the manga. And then this volume is the Mujina Bandits arc. This manga volume right here, volume 5, this is the Vessel arc, which a lot of people call it the AO arc, but it's the Vessel arc. That started in volume 5. That's the volume that's going to be getting adapted into the anime starting in January, so that's cool. And then this volume will also be, it's also a part of the Vessel arc that'll be adapted in January. And then this volume is basically where the Kawaki arc starts, and that's the arc that we're currently in the manga. So it's all really cool stuff. An interesting thing about these volumes is they do actually have, like, let me see if I can find one of the pages like this. This is something that the manga volumes have that you won't necessarily find that easily on the internet. But yeah, they have like these they call it Ninja Wikipedia entries or whatever. So basically they show the attributes of the characters, their strength level. I think it's relative to whatever class they're in. I don't take these things seriously because these things do tend to be very inaccurate sometimes. I don't get like they just don't tend to be they don't tend to line up with what we've seen in the story. But yeah, they do give you stuff like that. They don't tend to be accurate, as I said, but yeah, they do give you stuff like that, as well as comments from the authors or the creators of the manga. So that's very cool. Now, as far as the anime go, oh, I actually got the order messed up. My bad. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one is Miski's Will and Anoki's Will. Now, I do not like the fact that they stopped numbering the volumes because it's just very inconvenient. Like, it's a lot harder to tell people who might be trying to buy these volumes for you, or, you know, buy these DVDs / Blu-rays for you. It's a lot harder for them to do that when they have, like, it goes up to 5 seasons, basically, and then they stop numbering it. Like, this should be season 6. This should be, you know, the 6th Blu-ray or 6th DVD. And then this should be 7. But instead, they decided to take out the numbers and call it Miski's Will and Anoki's Will. That was just very dumb to me, and I still think that's super dumb. I don't get why they tried to rebrand this like this was a separate thing, but it's actually just the 6th season and the 7th season of the anime, basically. Or at least that's what it should be. As far as what I've watched, this one, I got this one first. This one came to my house first. So I watched this entire DVD set. Episodes 40 through 52. It was fantastic. This was my 3rd time watching the Byakuya Gang arc. This is my 3rd time watching it, because I watched a little bit of it. Like, I was kind of watching it when it was coming out, when it was first coming out, and when it was in Japanese, and when it was first coming out, when the episodes was just now coming out on Crunchyroll and stuff. I kind of watched a little bit of it then, but I didn't fully pay attention to it. Then I eventually went back and watched the English dub. I had to go back and rewatch it for a 3rd time, basically, when I got this volume. I mean, when I got this DVD. And this ended up becoming something that I really, really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this Byakuya Gang arc. Man, it had kind of like a political vibe to it, but this was Shukadai's best. This was the peak of Shukadai in Boruto. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a huge Shukadai fan. In fact, I actually don't like his character that much. Ever since, like, it was this one episode, I believe it was in the 100s, like something. I think it was after, it was after the Jugo arc, and it was probably after it was after the Jugo arc, and it was before the Mirai Sarutobi arc, and it was this episode about Shukadai, which I really didn't like. I think it was about him trying to figure out if he wanted to be a ninja or something. I just didn't like the episode at all. But in this arc, he was really good. I like the villain in this arc. I like Ryogi. I like the Byakuya Gang. I liked the stuff that they were standing for, helping out the poor and stuff like that. And it was like a political vibe to the arc and stuff like that. Shukadai was the only one who could understand that the Byakuya Gang's point of view. It was just some great stuff with that. But like I said, I got that one first. So I ended up watching this whole thing first. But I'm going to go back and watch all of these early episodes of the Boruto anime, which, when it was first coming out, I was actually, like, this Academy stuff, I didn't necessarily, I thought it was okay when it first came out. But the biggest thing I didn't like about the Academy stuff was how overpowered the kids in Boruto's class was. Like, the fact that they knew multiple different changes in chakra natures, and Boruto could already perform ninjutsu and stuff like that. Miski, he had wind style. I don't think he used lightning style yet, but he definitely was using wind style, which, you know, I just didn't like Wabe using earth style. But, and then I remembered that in episode 2, Wabe, one of the things that he was complaining about was the fact that he was still in the academy, despite the fact that he was he basically passed all of his ninjutsu classes, and he excelled at ninjutsu, but he wasn't allowed to become a ninja because of the fact that he was slacking off in the other subjects. So that made me realize that the reason why these kids can be so strong in the academy is because it's not all about ninjutsu. You got to pass the other courses in order to graduate. So the major complaint I had with the arc when I was first watching it, when the anime first started in 2017, I watched that whole arc when it first started in 2017. The biggest problem I had with it, I was like, wait a minute, so you telling me Naruto, he couldn't graduate from the academy because he didn't know how to do one shadow clone? So basically, the graduation exam at the academy was it was you had to be able to perform a shadow. You had to be able to make clones. Basically, you had to be able to make clones. And I was thinking, so the graduation exam at the academy back in Naruto's time, you had to be able to make clones to graduate. But in Boruto's time, Boruto already knows how to use three different shadow clones before he even starts. He already knows how to create shadow clones before he even enters the academy. So I was thinking he should not be in the academy. He should have basically graduated automatically. But like I said, I had to remember the whole thing with Awabe, and that was one of the main things he was talking about was he excelled in ninjutsu, but they forced him to stay in the academy because he had to do the other subjects, which makes sense because since they were in the era of peace after the Fourth Great Ninja War, they were in the era of peace, and the Hidden Leaf Village became modernized, and there's a lot of technology and stuff. So they had to figure out how to work. I mean, basically, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of job opportunities when it comes to technology. It's a lot of civilians in the village who are building up the village with technology and stuff like that. And it's not all about ninjutsu. In fact, becoming a ninja is probably becoming a declining thing in terms of popularity as far as what people are trying to get into because it's not that much of a necessity for it, or at least it wasn't at the start of Boruto. Now, when we get on to the later arcs, there is going to be a necessity for ninjutsu and ninja and stuff like that. But at the start of the series, you know, it was a peaceful era, so there wasn't that like it's understandable. Basically, I understood. I basically don't have that problem that I had with the Academy arc initially, and then of course you got the Sardo Uchiha arc, great arc as well. I didn't like the villain for that arc, but yeah, I didn't like Shin Uchiha. He's actually a very very weak, almost. I'll actually say he's a pretty. I don't know if I'll say. I mean, I wouldn't say terrible, but he's definitely below average. He's not a good villain. He's just not. This stuff, you know, the academy graduation exam, that stuff was cool. That was actually really cool. I think that was some cool stuff. Then you have Miski on the back. Actually, I didn't show you guys the backs, so yeah. Also, this Blu-ray, it starts off with the Sarda arc, but it's episodes 14 through 26, so it has a little bit of that Hidden Mist Village arc in there. The Turbulent Field Trip arc, which I didn't like that arc, really. I didn't like it at all. But after I rewatch it in the anime, maybe my mind might change about it. Because at first I wasn't the hugest fan of the Mujina Bandits arc at first. But after I rewatched it for the third time, I actually really liked the arc. So I'll give the Hidden Mist Village Turbulent Field Trip arc, I'll give it another chance and see how I like it. But I didn't really like this arc. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I didn't like Kagura. I just didn't like his character. I really didn't like the arc. So yeah, and so yeah, all right, so I covered the first four. Obviously, this is the movie arc, or you know, the Momoshiki / Shunin exams arc. Very very great arc. It's definitely like top 2 for the Boruto anime. The only arc that's probably better than this probably is the Miski arc. And the Mujina Bandage arc in the anime was pretty good as well. So those are probably the top 3. But I'll do a separate video where I talk about the arcs and stuff. But an interesting thing, this entire arc, even though it was longer in the anime than it was in the manga, they fit this entire arc into one DVD set. Whereas in the manga, this arc it covered 3 volumes in the manga, but it only covered 1 DVD set in the anime. So that's a interesting fact for you right there. And then there's the 2 volumes. These are both from the Miski arc. Miski's Will and Inoki's Will. Some great stuff with that. And yeah. Yeah, some great stuff with that. I didn't show you the back of the manga volumes, but I guess I'll do that as well. Naruto on the back of there. Delta on the back of this one. Wait, no. Kawaki on the back of this one. Naruto on the back of that one. Boruto on the back of that. Boruto and Ayo. Naruto and Boruto. Sasuke on the back of this one. Boruto. Naruto and Boruto. and Boruto and Sasuke. So yeah, some very great stuff with that, and that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys with my collection. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked it, please drop a like, and please turn on that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. Comment, let me know what you think of my collection down below, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.